boy Bleeves.
This is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right.
Everybody listen up.
If you don't use NordVPN, you could get hacked, and that would suck.
Bada bing, ching, ching, big profit. Even when the market sideways.
Don't forget to sign up for MEXC. The link's in the description down below. That helps me out tremendously.
This it's not financial advice.
OKX is offering incentives for you to sign up. Make sure that you sign up today in the description down below.
I'm always right. I'm always right. I'm always right.
Go to atlashealthline.com for all of your Delta 8 gummy needs and for all your Delta 8 inhalation needs, I want to say. I don't know. Something like that. It's in the description below.
It's been a long day. I mean a long week. Maybe a long year. So let's get something clear. We're gonna stock up on some party favors.
Guys, if you're outside of America, or if you're lucky enough to be using NordVPN, you could be signed up to BitGet for all of your futures trading needs. The link is in the description down below. Hey guys, if you're trading in America, you can use up-down trading through crypto.com. It's in the description down below. Sign up today and start trading.
Carpet riders on some third eye shit. Mr. Pine Cones come a long, long way. So everybody gets sideways. Sing it. I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways. Pass the bottle back my way. Everybody's getting sideways.
What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great morning. My name is Bleeves. This is Breakfast with Bleeves. We're going to kick this morning off with the market. The market has just been absolutely bonkers for the last little while. Look, we're going to talk about the cryptocurrency, the broader cryptocurrency market. There's a lot of people now talking about they think that the bounce is going to come at 25.2K on Bitcoin, that it's almost inevitable at this point that we're heading down, that we have to retest some of these bottoms in order to get ourselves cleared for a move back to the upside. There's plenty of FUD and negativity everywhere right now, and a lot of frustration. And I'm going to break down a little bit about why I think that is. And it's not what seems obvious. It's not just the waning sort of market. So we'll break this down and we'll get into it. Let's check a little bit of news. We're going to do the news first. I'm going to try to bust through this as quickly as possible because it's chart action day. Futures are trading pretty well right now. And when I speak of futures, guys, I want to say thank you guys so much. If you have not already, sign up for MEXC up here. I had 7.6 million in trading volume under my code for today. I want to say 1 million yesterday, 5 million the day before. You have no idea how much I appreciate the fact you guys take the time to come over here and trade. If you haven't already and you're nervous about it, go watch my video on how to trade futures on MEXC. Very, very simple. You're basically just trying to find bottoms and tops on each one of the charts. And when you find a local bottom, then go long. When you find a local top, go short and profit. It's pretty easy. The amount of leverage that you use, keep it small, keep it within the range so that you can get a win every time. Some days you'll get liquidated. Never invest more than you're willing to risk on anything. But this is where the big money is making. I just want you guys to consider that $7.6 million yesterday was traded under my MEXC account. I just want you guys to understand that is a lot of profit. That's a lot of loss being made in a day by a lot of people. So I appreciate everybody for signing up and continuing to do this. This has been just an incredible sort of run, and I want to thank everybody who's been involved in that so far. Now, back to what we were saying. The futures look bright. this is going to be the end of the earnings reports, by the way. So we're done with that. And the next thing left is just to do something, right? The market's not doing anything. Now, you can see here in the last hour, we've had a bit of a reversal. But of course, when you have a small reversal off of a lot of breakdown, not really exciting, right? Now, by the way, capybara is the next thing. Not only is it the quote unquote next thing, it's already capsized, capitulated, it's already capybara out. It's done. Milady, the ladies meme coin, DOA. Pepe dying on the vine right now. The look, the pump and dump scheme seems to be waning. Now, that has introduced an enormous amount of problems. However, here's the thing. The negativity right now in all of this is frustratingly so. It is frustratingly so. But there's been good things that are coming out of it and that have been developed over it. We're going to talk about some of the quick news here, and then we're going to get into charts, and we're going to get into talking about that. First of all, this Bitcoin pattern signals a 25,000 retest. Now, we do have the head and shoulders. Now, ironic, I swear to God, I'm really starting to think, and good morning to everybody. I appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you for tuning in. Guys, we talked about this yesterday, that Bitcoin was showing kind of a head and shoulders pattern, that the total market was kind of showing that head and shoulders pattern. If we kind of zoom out here and we look at it, there it is. It's about as clear as it gets that downside is coming. Bitcoin, same thing. It's about as clear as it gets that some downside is coming. Now, we have broken out this is a day chart. So we have invalidated my move to 37,300. So that's what this means over here. We've had a full day. We've had a full day of this. So I don't know. It definitely looks like we've got some downside, or, here's the thing on this head and shoulders pattern. Maybe we've already seen the downside. Maybe we've already had the move. However, this is, if we break long-term bearish area down here, then we are headed. That's probably not going to be a good thing. It doesn't mean that we can't flash down here to some level, because let's face it, we've already done it once down here into 20,000, and that was in March, and we're still talking about how we're continuing to move up. So we're not really quote unquote dead or anything yet. We're still in decent position. So it really looks like this is playing out again, because we had, look, I mean, this whole thing is happening, specifically this move, the double top, the fall down, this move, the double top, and now the fall down. Now, this fall down, by the way, if you see this over here, this one's being defended more. That's, I guess, all you can say about it. Now, here's the other thing. If I go back to my parabolic curve line right here, which I have not messed with, by the way, if I were to come out here like this, and I were to do this, and what I'm trying to do is make sure that I'm hitting this area, and then as best I can, make sure that I'm cutting this area, and then this right here, then it's possible that I'm just an idiot and I did it wrong the first, which is what I said 2 days ago. And I'm sure most of you guys can confirm that I am an idiot, but it's from this point to this point to this point, which kind of, if I had done this a while back, probably tells me that God damn it. Yeah. So look, all right. First of all, the parabolic curve cycle is still playing out, right? Let me take back everything I just said about it being broken, because I forgot that I never really attached these two together. I thought maybe if I just let it ride, that it wouldn't come down to it. It wouldn't play out that picture perfect. That would be stupid, right? So we got this point. This was the low. Then we've got this point. This was the start of the curve. This is the cycle starting. This is the first layer, right? And we have this massive move. Then we have this double top. Now, this double top is just an accumulation period. So when I call it a double top, what I really mean is this is a spot of accumulation. Then it dips down and it hits this spot and it bounces off of it, right? So then the same thing happens. We get a double top. Now we get more fight here because people are more bullish, okay? So that means, or should mean, that when we come back down, we're going to be testing a specific area. So now, if I've done this right the 5th time or whatever fucking time I've done it now, then that means that this is still going to come down. And here, ironically, it crosses over right where we are at 25,200. So 25,200 seems to be the spot where we should have a bounce. And if that is the case, then here's this whole ridiculous thing playing out one more time, which would then lead to this run happening all over again. Now, if that happens, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys where I came up with this ridiculous number from. Okay, we're going to do this, and we're going to say this is the whole cycle repeating again, right? Well, if that happens, then here we are, and then boom, we're going to bounce off of that, right? And where are we going? Oh, look at that, 37,300. So if this does play out that way, then there we go. That's why I'm saying 37,300. Now, if I did that one more time and I said that plays out, where does that send me? Up here to 54,000. Well, it would be wicking out right here in that 54,000 range. This is literally why I came up with this whole idea. So, ta-da. Now, for those of you who are wondering what is going on with your Volt, if you have your V2, if you've converted your V2 to V3 and you're not seeing it in your wallet and that's freaking you out, do like a stoner and like, bro, chill. You know what I mean? Like, just totally chill, because right, what happened is, or what has happened is, there is no deployed contract yet. Voltoshi's not deploying the contract. I mean, he might do it any time, but it doesn't have to be done until launch. So since the contract is not deployed on the Ethereum blockchain, it can't populate in your wallet. Now, your tokens are basically a line of code. That line of code is in your wallet, and it's safe and secure. And when the contract is actually deployed onto the blockchain, then it will magically populate in your wallet when you refresh. So you'll be fine. It's in there. Just trust the process. The simple question is, when is it going to be deployed? And then you'll start to see it. And I'm sure that he'll do it at some point soon, because he's going to recognize at any moment, like, oh shit, I should probably deploy it because people are starting to bitch about it. So if you're nervous about it, then it'll be there, and it is already there. You just don't see it. So the first time we did that, I was nervous too, because I was looking at the V1 to V2. I was like, God damn it, where are the tokens? Did I screw this up? And then Voltoshi recognized, oh shit, Believes is an idiot. Let me go over here and fix it for him. And all I had to do was launch the deployer, or deploy the contract. And once it's done, again, it populates and you're fine. It's just how it works on the Ethereum chain. So, yeah, you're going to be just fine. But anyway, so that's why that's why this thing is playing out the way that it's playing out. That's why I've been talking about it. This is the way I've been talking about it for all this time. 1 level, 2 level, 3 levels, a parabolic curve cycle, 1 level, 2 level, 3 level, 4 levels, 5 levels. And then we have a breakdown. And then the breakdown comes, I don't know how far we break down, probably retest some of these lower levels, 30,000, 37,000. I don't know. That doesn't mean we don't get there. It just means that we don't stay there. But of course, zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. We don't stay anywhere for any length of time. So, and by the way, I might also add that as we kind of break out here, as we do this, we're kind of seeing that whole thing play out. Like I've got this on logarithmic, I think. Yeah. If I do a regular, and we're looking at it this way, you see it a little bit different on what it looks like. God damn, I should have done that a while back. I hate looking at it that way though. So it gives you a better idea if you look at it logarithmically, but you'll also find that maybe the whole cycle is just playing itself out every single time. And that's what all these. So when we look, 20 years, 30 years down the road, we're going to be looking at these parabolic cycles just actually playing out on big charts the whole time. So there we go. And Jesus Christ, I just moved over to the futures. By the way, you will see over here on the right, I do keep a clean chart over here. This is Bitcoin futures on MEXC. Also, you see me on USDT when I'm talking about Ethereum, and right below that, you see the USDT futures chart as well. I try to use two charts, one that I can do shit on and one that I don't do shit on. I am not as savvy as somebody like a Gareth Soloway, because what Gareth Soloway does is he takes these right here and he comes in here and he says, well, we're not going to show that on the 1 hour chart. We're going to take that off of the hour chart. So then we go over to the hour chart. It's not there. So then we can talk about it, and we only have to talk about it on one part of it. But I'm not that savvy yet. Now I'm going to forget this. I'll be like, God damn it, I just broke my stuff at some point. So yeah. But anyway, so the Bitcoin head and shoulders is playing out. Probably 25.2 is going to be the bounce in the test area. We had the U.S. government selling its Bitcoin. There's more to that, by the way, because Pepe coin is now facing a $46 million liquidation, because in the past 24 hours, a large amount of Pepe has been deposited into exchanges. 33 trillion Pepe, worth $46 million, with a net deposit of 22.94 from 1,176 addresses. Beware of meme coin drop risks. So when you come over here and you look at this, this happened today at 1:58 a.m. Where are we on Pepe? We are in a big green candle, or a big red candle. We go to the hour chart and we see that really, if that were the case, it didn't happen yet. So there is a lot more downside to come for Pepe. So at what point, you're going to have to ask yourself the question now, at what point are we going to say that Pepe is no more, no mas? Because even though there seems to be a thriving audience and that there's a thriving group of people that are big time Pepe supporters, Pepe's been trading in the red for a long time now. And people are saying, yeah, Pepe is a movement. Pepe is a movement. Well, maybe, but it doesn't do anything. So that movement, people are going to get bored. What you have to consider is that people are not having fun anymore. Look, when you're running it up, when you're having this moment in time, when you're having that magical run, then everybody's happy. Everybody loves it. By the way, Dimitri, let me stop that for a second. Dimitri, AI Doge, I have a video coming out on AI Doge today that'll talk about everything. I'm actually super excited about AI Doge. It's on the Arbitrum chain, for those of you who don't know, and there was a pre-sale. Well, there was, if you claimed the Arbitrum airdrop, you were able to claim AI Doge. And you can, because a $60 million market cap and trading at 30.26 right now, 15% burn tax, by the way, 15% burn tax, with it all going into like some sort of reliquidation, like 1% is actually burned, and they burned 17 trillion tokens so far. Off of 410 quadrillion tokens were the circulating supply. They burned 17 trillion so far. $58 million market cap, about $400,000 in volume every day, 2 million in liquidity. A very decent project. Very decent project. High volatility because the liquidity is a little bit low on it. But I think 3% goes into the development fund. 3% goes into both an actual lucky drop is what it's called. So every time you buy AI Doge, you get a lucky drop ticket, and you get a chance to win AI code tokens, which are worth the same value as what you bought on AI Doge. So if you have like $500 that you buy on AI Doge, you have a lucky ticket that might give you an extra $500 every single day for every single transaction. And it's done once a day to a couple of lucky users who get that equal or equivalent amount in either AI Doge or AI code. It's very fascinating. It's very interesting. So I'm looking forward to all of it. So yeah, and God damn it. You know what? 2 billion, scroll back 5 minutes. I covered that. It's not showing up because the contract hasn't been deployed yet. It's in your wallet. You just can't see it, and you won't be able to see it until they deploy the contract, and then it'll just magically pop into your wallet. But if you did the transaction, it's okay. You did it right. It's just, it just takes a moment for it to come in there. But anyway, so back to Pepe, a ton of tokens are on the market right now. So I'm expecting some significant downside to continue happening. I mean, I don't think Pepe's dead. I think if there's any token out here that was gonna make it, it would be Pepe, because even at this level, still has a $500 million market cap. So there's obviously still some interest in it. So it might be it might be out there for a while. Now, the other one that I think is going to have a nice little run is going to be Ben, because Ben Armstrong, BitBoy Crypto, has taken over the project. He took over the project yesterday, immediately pumped it up to 1,000. Of course, it corrected its way back down because paper-handed jeets and weak hands and, bitch-ass weak investors, I guess, are still kind of, moving their way in and out. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter. Like, no, it doesn't matter. The weak hands that leave or exit are kind of irrelevant at this point, because when you have BitBoy Crypto, that means you probably have Ron, you probably have Crypto Banter, you probably have Frankie Candles, you probably have the whole BitBoy squad, you probably have the biggest group of influencers possible. I talked to Ben. I talked to, just so you guys know, full disclosure, I talked to Ben, Ben ETH, not BitBoy. I talked to Ben ETH, and I said, hey man, I can do a video if it helps the project. I like what you guys are doing. I like the fact that you got BitBoy. And we had a conversation. He was like, yeah, do a video. That would be cool. That would actually be cool. I would appreciate that. So then a little while after that, I talked to BitBoy, because he says, I'm taking over the entire project, and that Ben is going to mean be everywhere now. There's a big thing happening. There's a big thing happening, right? And then he was like, hold off on the video. I'll give you an update and I'll let you know when to run with it. So I did end up talking to BitBoy Crypto yesterday. And so we're going to make some content for Ben, but he's going to make some announcements in the next coming days about partnerships. So we'll see. What I did find out about WorldCoin is that I have no idea how to use it. Like, it is so complicated and so difficult so far, that I got so frustrated with using it that I kind of gave up on even trying. I like the fact that Sam Altman is here. I like the principle behind Orb. Seemed like it was kind of cool, but I'm not traveling to New York just so I can scan my phone, just so I can be registered for WorldCoin. Like, it just seems ridiculous to me. So I'll wait for a few days, see if something doesn't deploy in Chicago. I would go and turn it into a trip in Chicago if I could get, if they could put an orb in Chicago. I'm good to go, man. Let's do it. But I haven't traded anything on it right now. I've got it. I can, pop it up and load it at any point. But by the way, you can buy and sell crypto in it, but I don't think you can see it on my screen here. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really do anything. So, well, dude, Kai, we're not really buddies, but we have mutual interest. I mean, he's got into meme coins, and that's where we are. So, he's at least work. The fact that he's being himself and doing what he feels is the best. That's enough for me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I have my flights booked for WorldCoin with my QR code ready. Nice. So dude, like I'm not buddies with, I am surprised at the number of friends that I have. And by the way, when I say number of friends, I want to thank each and every one of you guys, because I got my email today, and I am like, I mean, look, it's embarrassing to be humbled by you guys, because I appreciate the fact that you tune in every day. I appreciate when you guys give me a super chat. I appreciate that you guys help to support my cause of informing you about what's going on every single day, et cetera, et cetera. I appreciate everything that you guys do all the time. But the fact that you traded over $7 million yesterday on MEXC was unbelievable. You know, like the first week, it was nice. I was looking at it. I was, guys, I appreciate it. There were such good numbers. There were such good stats. I was like, oh my God, like this is really, like, this is a lot, right? This has been a lot. And then, a couple days down the road, I'm like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is really starting to build up. And then a couple days later, MEXC reaches out to me through their affiliate, and they're like, hey man, you got a lot of volume right now. And, like, I appreciate the fact, and I know that it won't last. I know that people move on and stuff like that. I'm going to keep pushing it. I'm going to keep doing futures. I'm going to keep sharing with you. I'm going to keep, doing all of the things over there. But I mean, I'll show it to you. And again, like, guys, it's humbling. Okay. But I am now ranked number 59 overall in the MEXC affiliate ranking. Like, I would like, it would blow my mind to be in the top 25 of the MEXCs. And, really all you got to do is sign up, use the referral link, and just learn how to trade. Use my, like, I'll post it right here. Use my, how to trade futures, and then just buy low and sell high. You know what I mean? Like, just make some good decisions on what you want to do, and then just do it. And by the way, I practice what I preach. By the way, I do not keep my money on these centralized exchanges. Even though I appreciate everything that MEXC has done and does, I'm not leaving my money on a centralized exchange. But here it is. It's very easy to use. Pepe. I mean, you can kind of see here, like, what you have to do is you have to guess, like, which direction is it going to go? Where do you think it's going to go? Now, by the way, if I'm looking at this right now, I'm betting down, because it just looks like this thing continues to round the tops over here. And I've got $46 million ready to be liquidated. So I feel like this thing is headed down, 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 down. That being said, if you have an opportunity to play a position, then I mean, go long, but use short leverage. You know what I mean? Like, and here's the thing. Like, for example, we know that Bitcoin right now is struggling, right? So we also know that the odds are, based on the information that we have so far, that Bitcoin is likely headed to 25,200, right? So without using too much leverage, you come over here, use, let's just say we use 5x, right? We use 5x leverage, and then we go long, and we just put the price in here, 25,250. Just saying that it'll hit 25,200. We'll have some. We'll have a buy-in right before that, just in case it doesn't all the way crash down there, or go to 25,200 and just get your buy order in. Open yourself up a long position. Take look at your chart. Where did I say it was? 37,000, right? Go over here. Find the bottom where you think the bottom is going to be. And then let's do back on the daily chart. If it plays out the way it plays out, and I do think that it will. I still remain that I do think that it will. So 25,251 is where I have it. So you come over here, you set your. I'm going to set mine up for like right below that line. So I'm going to say 25,220. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to set that, and we're going to go long, and we're going to go in here, and we're going to hit long, and we're going to take profit at 37,000. And then you just put however much you're willing to risk into it. You just throw the slider up, and then boom, that trade right there has been completed for you. And all you have to do is sit back and wait. And once Bitcoin bounces, which most probably bounces at 25,200, then it does the same thing that it did over here. It does the same thing that it did right here. It goes on another epic run and it bounces back up and it continues to do what it's been doing as it finishes this parabolic cycle out. And if I take, and this is how simple it is. Go down here. Here's the bounce, right? Here's the move. If I take this and I put this over here, holy shit, it just did the same thing. And then if I do that over here, holy shit, it just did the same thing. And now I'm at 37,000. So yeah, it's getting ready to happen again. So, and then holy shit, it did happen again. And where am I now? 54,000. So guys, all you have to do is just follow the signs. The signs are there. So give yourself a buy order at 25,200, somewhere around there. Low leverage, because look, you're not trying to slay the dragon and destroy the world, or whatever the fuck. But you're trying to get a win, right? So if you're confident that this pattern plays out the way I'm saying, then go for it. Now, the other thing is, you can also just leave it as an open contract. If you don't think, if you think that, for example, today, right now, if Bitcoin goes to 25,200, based on the way that this is cycling out, we're not going to see 25,200 again for a very long time. Now, that does not mean that we won't have a dip again. That doesn't mean that. But if you feel confident based on the way this is moving that we're going to 37, we're not going to see 25.2 for a long, long time, you can have an open contract with a little bit of leverage for an amount, whatever amount you want to do. If you feel confident with it, and you just leave an open contract, because MEXC allows you to do opens, so you can just leave an open. You can just leave yourself an open long to run it up for an extended period of time. I mean, like for example, if we say that, well, we're going to open it up at 25.2 because we're never coming back down here, and then we're just going to take profit at 69,000, then that's an 867% profit off of Bitcoin using futures trading, and you're just using 5x leverage. So, and now imagine if it's $1,000. If you just put $1,000 in it at 5x, then that becomes 800%. That's an 8x. So you can turn 5,000 into 40,000. It's kind of, like you just have to be careful. You have to find the right bottoms. Don't get liquidated. And if you get liquidated, just be prepared to try again and do better. Find the right positions. Same thing up here. And I'm sure Selmo, since he's in the house, will tell you the same thing. Like when you hit these top numbers, this is when you set look, if you see this, then here's what you know. What you know is if this is played out a couple of times, that it's going to continue to play out or should continue to play out. However, it's also going to come back down. The last time it came down to 20. Then this time it's going to come down to 25.2. If that cycle plays out again, then let's go here up to here. And if it plays out again, then it's going to do this right here, right? Bump, bump, bump. And we're going to end up hitting 37,000, but it's going to come back down to 33.3 because that's how the cycle plays itself out, right? So if that's the case, then take your money where you make your money. And it's pretty actually, and to be fair, like I don't think I completed the whole transaction because this hasn't completed. I think there'd be a little bit more. I think that we would end up testing this 30,169 line. So here's the thing. If that were to happen, you'd still be up on all of your transaction. So, it's fairly simple what you do here. So let's get into a little bit more news though. Again, if you're on Pepe, I would get the fuck out of Pepe right now. Doesn't mean that I don't think that you can make money. Doesn't mean that I don't think that it'll pump again. Just means like right now with $46 million entering exchanges, that's going to be some selling. Next, total liquidation surpasses 140 million as Bitcoin continues its downtrend. The largest liquidations have been on OKX and Binance. And if we go to CoinGlass, we could see that. But Bitcoin and Pepe plunges. This is the part right here that should let you know. This should let you know something right now. Institution is attacking Bitcoin. Why? Institution is attacking Bitcoin right now because there are a lot of liquidity issues with Bitcoin, and they need to pull liquidity in order to layer it in for themselves so that they can be part of this pump. Okay. So with liquidity issues, you're trying to find your way to money, which is why Pepe existed in the first place, because it allowed venture capitals to pump money into the system, right? It allowed venture capitals to come in here, steal your money. That's what happened, by the way. Steal your, and few of you got rich. You know what I mean? Like few people made a bunch of money and continue to make a bunch of money because, by the way, meme coin season, not even close to dead. Not even close to dead. Just, it's just not, look, almost everything is dead. Almost everything that you thought was pumping is now dead. So just bear that in mind. There's another one coming out called Checks. Checks token up 4,777%, 1.9 million volume, just launched right here. No, it's been sitting here for a while. And now it's at 6 zeros, 5 zeros. It's up 40x so far this morning. I don't know. I don't know what this is. I'm not fucking touching it. But I mean, this is a venture capital company coming in here, pumping this money in here to show everybody a green candle, getting retail to invest up here, and then they're liquidating at the top. I mean, if you guys don't see that yet, that's what's happening. This is not grassroots. You got all these people like Polly over on Twitter. You got all these people that are talking to you and just saying, hey, man, this is a movement, and it is a movement. Pepe is a movement for a lot of investors, but it's way overpriced right now, right? So it is a movement, but it's also a movement being manipulated by venture capitalists who are stealing the money from those people. We can still pump 3D, the 3D, that's the reverse Pepe. Same thing. Grumpy Cat, the same thing. This is Slum Doge Millionaires Project. Now has $20 million pumped into it in the last couple of hours. You can see right here that after a rather auspicious sort of non-start, it suddenly just took off and went absolutely bonkers, up to 11 million market cap from a very low market cap, but it has no liquidity at all. So, and it'll probably pump for a little while, but $20 million is going into it right now. But I mean, just consider yourself here. Everybody saw these candles and they're like, oh my God, I got to get in. I got to get in. By the time you saw it, it was up here. Maybe you got a little bit out of it, but then from that point, hopefully you cashed out and made yours. But now look where you are. So, and this isn't going to last. You might get another pump because it's only 11 million market cap. You might get one of those 20 million market caps, which is going to pump it up to here. Right. And then it's done. It's just going to be done. Bobo having a 25% correction. Remember, I told you Bobo's not dead, but it's on life support. And I don't think it, and it was because of the total market cap, because the market cap and the liquidity actually looked pretty good that it might have a chance to pump. If you guys remember that last night, and it actually did pump. So if you made anything off of it, good. But we're going to rush down this list. I'm just telling you guys, you are liquidity for venture capitalists right now. They're going absolutely bonkers right now. And here, does the Bitcoin price dump signal the start of another bear market? Simple answer to that is no. Only Nimrods think that because there's still too much liquidity out there. And by the way, that doesn't mean that we're not going into some sideways motion. You could look at any chart on 4-year cycle, 4-year cycle Bitcoin chart. Image. If you just consider one of these 4-year, oh Jesus fucking Christ, end up on a YouTube channel. Crikey, bro, I'm an analyst. Anyway, when you look at this chart, that doesn't go straight up or straight down or straight sideways or any of that shit, right? If we just consider that this was the last run, this was the top, and then this, like we're going right here. So right here, there's ups, there's downs. in the cycle. There's the halving right there, right? So if we're in this part of it, we're going to have more drops. We're going to have more pumps. We're going to have big moves. We're going to have oh shit moments. We're going to have oh shit moments both ways, right? You're going to have bears who are going to be like, I told you 25.2K. and then you're going to see it rip up to 37,000, and then they're going to shut the fuck up. And then you're going to see them come back in when it goes back down to 30, like, I told you 30. No, you didn't, bitch. And it's going to happen all over again. Then you're going to have people like me who are out here saying, yeah, we're going to 37,000. We'll go to 36,000. And I'll be like, God damn it. Or we go to 38,000. I'll be like, bro, I told you. You know what I mean? So look, we're all guessing. We're all just trying to figure it out based on previous cycles, previous patterns. 0.02 is the commission on the trades. However, Ethereum and Bitcoin, if you are trading spot trading on MEXC, Bitcoin and Ethereum are currently free to trade. If you remember, that was an initiative that Binance did a few years ago. There is a 0 spot maker and taker fee and a 0% futures fee, only a 0.02 takers fee. That's a very small percent, by the way. That's 0.2% or 0.02% on every transaction on MEX. It's very inexpensive. It's not a lot. So I've been happy even with small trades. Even when I do like $100 and I get a rip, I get almost $200 off of it on 100%. So yeah, super happy with it, to be fair. But I mean, on the 4-year cycle, there's ups, there's downs, there's days and nights where things are cool and things are not cool. So, just it takes time. It's a market that's going to take some time. But anyway, Bobo's on a rip. If you got in down here, good for you. Optimus up 12.5%. Elon might be saying something again. Remember, every time Elon talks, this thing pumps. I talked to the team again about it. You can see right here that it is starting to move up in a forward direction. I don't know how this is going to play out. Not really enough up here. However, this does potentially form a head and shoulders pattern and could end up becoming something that goes down. It's early. We have to see this formation play out. Maybe, just maybe, we end up pumping up really nice over here because, again, for those of you that don't know, Optimus has been introduced into the Tesla vehicles. So now we have Optima in the Tesla vehicles. People are going to be hearing about Optimus all the time. What does that tell you for the future of Optimus? That it's going to be bright. Oh, shit. I'm not repeating that, but I'm going to put it on screen. So NGN trading at 16.9 says that, by the way, they're having a BNB pre-sale pretty soon to launch the BNB. The reason that they're having a pre-sale is in order to try to bring in some funding so that they can do what they need to do to get on more exchange and get more exchange listings for both products and continue to build out their ecosystem. BRL at 42.97, Decanect at 5.573 cents. And guys, I'm telling you, Decascan is going to be a game changer, man. I've been playing with it, and Jesus Christ, it's incredible. And look, sometimes I give you hyperbole when I say shit like that. Like, I think it's amazing. It's an interesting product, blah, 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 blah. Look, Decascan at this point is incredible, and it's improving day by day as it's getting built out. But you could use it today. Like, just go in there, click on it. And now, by the way, you do have to have 20,000 Decanect in order to participate. And by the way, let me rephrase that. You will have to have 20,000 Decanect in order to participate. But, oh shit, I was about to share it with you. Oh shit. Anyway, I can't share it with you. But they keep making these updates to it, make it a little bit better. Like right now, there's so in the last 24 hours, I can tell you this. In the last 24 hours, it is telling you, like, stay the fuck away from almost everything. And because Mr. Bean was deployed, Don't Buy Meme was deployed, MFerpedia was deployed, BoJack Horseman, Snipey, AI Actually, Snipey AI might be that might be a player. You have to once you start going through it, then you start looking at you can connect to it, and then you can look at the just launch tokens, and then it'll give you like a breakdown and a layout of all the tokens, and you can kind of look at them and see whether they pass the sniff test, so to speak. Then you have your degen plays, which are over 30,000 market caps and shit like that. And then you can check those out and see how they look, and whether it passes security or whether it doesn't pass security. It's very easy to read. If it's in green, it passes security. If it's red, it doesn't pass security. Just very simple to use, very easy to read, and it tells you what you need to know about each and every token as quickly as possible so that you can get invested quickly. Now, again, there are going to be rug pulls. It's not going to be perfect. But it's very, very interesting. Cult not moving. Jeff, Jeff, bitch, make my fries. Team Ben. Jeff's dead, guys. 630,000 volume, 1.45 million. I think Jeff will have a revival just for spite, because I think some VC will probably pop in there and pump it because they think that, there's probably enough Jeff investors for them to say, like, let's fucking go, baby. So we might see something going on with Jeff. But I want to say that it probably collapsed the moment Jeff, the producer, invested in it. I want to say, but I don't know. Lillian still hovering around. June 24th is their relaunch date for the V2. Bone 7951, just no traction whatsoever. However, maybe, just maybe, we might be seeing this thing reverse at some point soon. As soon as we get a listing. Look, Shibarium and Shib and all of these kind of things. I'm going to say something at the very end here because I got to go. Shib 8588, Volt 9561, Lambo had a little bit of a reversal, but still down on the day. So I don't think it's going to do anything, but it's got 900,000 in volume on a 2.89 million. It could turn it around potentially. I think it was trying to. But I think it got listed on a couple of centralized exchanges or something like that. But look, if you're getting on centralized exchanges and it's not moving your chart a little bit, you're overvalued and you're overpriced, and it's because VC has been pumping money into the charts. So it's not moving, which means that it's probably dead, but it looks like they want to continue building it. So at least the developer there is trying to continue it going on. MMAI 2130, Cato 1082, Sponge 5150. That's criminally insane. But 11.7 million in volume, 20.8 million. I mean, again, like, it's going to bounce off of here. I told you guys before, it bounces off of here and it goes on a run. It did exactly that, but it came back down. So, I mean, if you want to pop in on Sponge, you're in the buy zone. So, I mean, take a shot if you want to. That's up to you. WAGMI still waning, 3022, WSBC 1442, Poo 2574, 2 million volume, 10 million. Poo is dead. And by the way, it's up while still being dead. So just let that sink in. Pepe 1268, probably not dead, but definitely on life support at the moment. A lot of people have been telling you, anybody who will listen on what do you call on Twitter, they've been telling you, oh, we're going to have a reversal and a new all-time high over the weekend. Well, not without venture capital, and not when $46 million is being put into centralized exchanges for the purpose of selling. That's why it's being put on the exchanges, for the purpose of selling. So we're about to see some new lows that we haven't seen in a long time on Pepe. In fact, it could be that we go to, what is this, 6,200 before it's all said and done. Now, by the way, if it does, that's a buy. That's going to become a buy because they're going to want to pump that back up immediately after that, because it will be a perfect buy. So just keep that in mind. Mong 6547, dead. Now they're not going to say it, and they're going to be like, oh, footer. Yeah. So what? You're Mong. Like, nobody understands what you're saying anyway. Jesus Christ. But $7 million in volume, 45 million market cap, VC pump, VC dump, and now people are like, it's the strongest community. No. But it is up big for everybody who got in at the beginning. So you still have an opportunity to take some profit, and maybe, just maybe, something happens, because it does have a bunch of people. Jake's talking about it. Rodney's talking about it. They're pretending that it has some kind of pump in it. So maybe it does. Maybe at some point it'll pump. But remember, there is a trend line on the backside that's playing out for every single one of these. So it's not going above this. You know what I mean? It's not breaking out. So I think dead. Pepe AI got a little bit of opportunity. We talked about this last night, but head and shoulders, right? Somebody told me, somebody asked me to look at this last night and they wanted an honest opinion. I said, well, remember by the way, if you watched me last night, this is what we talked about. And I said, so what do you think of Pepe AI? And I was like, okay, well, you got 1, 2, 3, you got this triple top right here. The head and shoulders pattern is fully played out. You're heading down. Well, guess what? Oh, God damn it. I love victory laps. You know what I mean? Like, and by the way, if you want to try Pepe AI, wait for it to get down here to what 80s5403. Let's see if I'm right about this one. We'll just throw this in here and say that the bounce line is going to be 54 right there because it's going to come back to right where it was before. Might bump right here at this 58.88. I'm going to throw that line out there and you're going to be like, why the fuck you got 2 lines? Well, because my goddamn show, right? So one of those lines right there is going to lead to a bounce. I would say 54 if you're going to set a buy order or if you're going to do anything, 54 to take a shot. And then I think that this line right here, by the way, just so you see how it's going to move, right? That line right there becomes the point of resistance. So when it bounces, it's going to bounce, probably down here and then back up here. And that's going to be where it stops. And then it's going to start forming new lows. Now, the other thing is when it comes to the new lows, that might be a stretch because this right here seems to show a new trend developing. So you might be looking at here to here, which is, that's still a decent amount. It's like a 60 or 70% rip, but man, it's risky. So, but anyway, basically dead. What's next here? Turbo. No, bro. Turbo might have a lift like this every once in a while. It did bounce off where I said it was going to bounce off of, and it did have a nice little lift from there. Guys, if you set buy orders based on these lows that I keep giving you, you're probably just making it hand over fist. Set yourself like, 20 or 30%, like, create a margin here where you're like, you know what, after I make like 25%, let's just sell it and auto sell, and then just take profit. You'd be scalping the shit out of these. Bob, new lows. Remember, I told you there's new lows on the line, but the fact that Bob did not bounce off of this line means Bob's got a problem. So I don't know what it's going to take for Bob to turn around, but 50.34 over here on Ben did go back up to 1,000 last night. Didn't sustain itself. Still a bunch of people selling out. We're going to see what happens over the next little while on Ben. BAM. Ben seems to think that BAM is going to go on another run. So maybe it will. It's got 3 exchanges coming out in the next couple days. So maybe BAM goes on a run. It looks like it wants to, but again, this is VC money. So, if VC money doesn't want to pump it, then it's not going to do it. And ladies right here, no offense, ladies, but this bitch is dead. This bitch is dead. Kartik, I said I'm not a fan of Mong. Mong looks dead to me. It's still got 7 million involved. So here's the thing. Anything can happen. When I say to me, I don't mean it doesn't have to look like that to you. If you're a maxi on it, I'm not trying to offend you, but you have to have an honest conversation. Like, where's it going to go? And with Mong, it's very simple. There's a trend line on the way down. It keeps coming down here. By the way, Mong looks like Bob. It came down here. It came to the spot where I said, this is where it's going to bounce. And it bounced. And then it came back down. And I said, it's going to bounce in this channel. And it bounced in this channel. And then I said, it should bounce back up. Well, it didn't bounce up. Neither did Bob. Both of these are just kind of dead and flatlined on this bottom after doing exactly what I said was going to happen. Like, you're going to get a bounce. You're going to get a bounce. And to be fair, like Kartik, you're probably right. Turbo at this point, because it's still trading 11 million on 47 million, is probably the better of the options. But actually, I think that of the better options, the best one right now is BAM, because it's got 6 million in trading volume versus 5.5 million in market cap. And for AI Doge, I have video coming out today on AI Doge. They did sponsor a video with me. So we're going to be producing one on the Arbitrum chain for AI Doge today. But guys, that is my time. I got to go. Be very careful. Remember, 900 million in expiries are coming out of the market today or going into the market Who the fuck knows? But the price is pretty low, which means that the bears are probably going to win. If the bears win, we're looking at 25,200 at least. Then once those are cleared, we're probably looking at a nice big bounce. It's Pepe AI. There's one that lets you create your own Pepe meter. There probably is. I mean, there's probably tons of them. But anyway, guys, this is not financial advice. My name is Bleeves. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in. But I got to get going because I got work shit to do.
Whoa, another shot of the bullet. Loaded, got complex, cocking and pulling. That bottleneck look like the Loch Ness. What are we doing? I'm about to fall out, boy, and the proof's in the pudding. So, can we forget